Speak loud, Rusty.
Right into the mic. When Hillary Clinton came to town, my hometown, Ann Arbor, Michigan, I stood in line for 2 hours to get her signature on It Takes a Village. My parents wouldn't have approved. I thought over the years about how I got there. So when I was growing up, my parents were Republican, Protestant, and voted for Coolidge and Hoover in the 1930s. Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Democrat were the closest to swear words that we got in our house. To us, Catholics were suspect and foreign. I grew up in Detroit. I did acrobatics on my blue Schwinn bicycle, and I recorded every day exactly what I was wearing. For example, Monday, pink sweater, gray skirt, penny loafers. Tuesday, you get the idea. I had a close group of friends. I'm sure they were all Republicans. And not that we ever discussed politics, of course. When I reached voting age in 1952, I cast my first vote for Eisenhower, and then again in 1956. By that time, I was in graduate school at the University of Michigan in speech, radio, and TV, the hot, new, exciting, cutting-edge media. This was the 50s, and TV was new, it was exciting, and it was a good choice for me. One of the students that I love the professors, I love the curriculum, and I love the students. One of those students was Mike Burla. Burla, we were friends from day one. I really admired his wife, Nancy, too. We did a lot together. However, I got a shock when I realized that he and his wife were Democrats. In fact, Mike was active in the Democratic Party, and he told me about their candidates, their philosophy. He pointed out to me that a young Massachusetts senator was going to be making the keynote speech at the August Democratic Convention. So I watched. I thought it was excellent. And I must say, I thought that JFK was cute and charismatic. Mike kept working on me, and by 1959, I was totally hooked. But Kennedy was going to face some tough challenges. We all wondered, would the rest of America, like me, accept a presidential candidate who was young and Catholic? It was a really radical idea. While the country was transitioning in the 50s, I did some transitioning myself. Did I mention that I met and fell in love with a young man, a TV producer at the University of Michigan, and a Democrat? Did I mention he was Catholic? My mother was horrified. She offered me a trip to Europe if I would change my mind. I didn't take it. When Kennedy was scheduled to come to town, my Democrat friend Mike recruited me to go to the airport and be part of the reception committee. When JFK's plane landed, I took my place in front of the truck on the tarmac, and he talked and he smiled, and then he hand touched a bunch of us, and I was one of the taller people, so I got a hand touch. I'm never going to wash it. I was excited about that, but Mike came over and pulled me away, and he asked a cop which car was the senator going to be riding in, and found that car and stood me by the back window. So when JFK came off the truck and into the car, there I was standing when he rolled the window down. I would like to tell you what I said. I can't remember it all. I think I just babbled, wished him luck, commented on the weather, all of those kind of things. But I did have sense enough to rip off my press pass and thrust it at him, and he signed it. And I still have it 60 years later. JFK was supposed to speak next on the steps of the Michigan Student Union in Ann Arbor. Students had turned out in droves. They were hanging from the street lights. They were carpeting the lawn in front of the art museum. They were smushed like sardines up against the steps of the Union. finally, at 2:45 a.m., John F. Kennedy arrived. He went on that night to say something that would be remembered for a long time. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. It was the idea of the Peace Corps. Sending young people to help others in other countries, which really strengthened his popularity, and some say that that idea won him the election. It was met with thunderous applause, and I must say I was one of those applauding. It was a short night. JFK was scheduled to leave on a train at 7 a.m. So a few hours I got home from the Peace Corps speech. I woke up my 3-year-old and my 1-year-old so they could wave bye-bye to our future president of the station as we sat on top of a VW bus. I was preparing the next generation to join me and my husband in what I hoped would be a better world. Okay, I'll take that. You get it? As you all know, in 2016, Hillary was defeated, and we Democrats are once again required to work toward that better world. Let's keep up the good work.